And we've got some breaking news out of the WNBA where future Hall of Famer Candace Parker has announced that she is retiring after 16 seasons. The two-time MVP is the only player in the WNBA history to win 3 titles with 3 different teams split between the Sparks and the Sky and the Aces. Now she finishes her career top 10 in WNBA history in points, boards, and blocks. Internationally speaking, Parker played on 2 USA Olympic teams, winning gold in 2008 in Beijing, and then, of course, in 2012 in London. Now, Candace released a statement on Instagram, and it reads, in part, quote, "I promise I'd never cheat the game, that I'd leave it in a better place than I came into it. The competitor in me always wants one more, but it's time. My heart, body knew, but I needed my mind time to accept it. I always wanted to walk off the court with no parade or tour, just privately with the ones I love. What now is to be my last game. I walked off the court with my daughter. I ended the journey just as I started it with her." And let's welcome in Terrika Foster-Brasby here to talk about Candace Parker calling it a career after 16 seasons. We listed off all of the accolades. There are quite a few. She also mentioned, Terrika, in that same post that we just alluded to, she talked about some of the injuries as well. Shocking news to you? Were you expecting this? What was your initial reaction?
Completely shocked. I think we all had a sense at some point Candace was going to hang up her shoes, but I don't think any of us expected that to be today. I am still someone who has appreciated and loved Candace Parker from the moment that she stepped on the court. And I think that it's so interesting that in so many ways, this is so like Candace to go out privately, to go out without the fanfare, to go out without the tour that we would have loved to have given her, that we would have loved to have bestowed upon her. But she wanted to do it her way, as she has done every single thing she's ever done in her career. She's done it her way, by her style, by the books and by the words that she's written. This was the perfect way for her to end her career. And so I'm still shocked. I'm still selfishly sad, but it's totally understandable. And it makes a lot of sense that she do it now.
Yeah, and she mentioned in that post, hey, I didn't want a parade. I didn't want all the fanfare. She also kind of alluded to what is next for her, talking about her business. What were your takeaways from that part of her post?
Yeah, I think that what we've started to see lately is so much interaction with former WNBA players wanting to have more of an executive role, an ownership role in WNBA. And so I love to see that in her post. She mentioned that it is one of her goals to own a WNBA team and have ownership in an NBA team. And if you know Candace, if she's putting it on her list of things to accomplish, she's going to get it done. And so we've already started to see her in a broadcast role. We've already seen how she has been a successful entrepreneur at this point. And so these are things that she's mentioned that she's going to continue now that her playing career is over in the W. And again, it is so amazing to me to see the kind of career that you can have and still find so much success off the court while still playing. So it's limitless what Candace Parker is more than likely going to be able to do now that she no longer has to worry about the W on the court part of the season.
Terrika, you mentioned if there's something that she wants to get done on her list, she's going to get it done. And we showed her resume, her list of accolades: 2-time MVP, won 3 WNBA titles, also winning championships at the college level. When you think of all of that, if you have to narrow it down for her legacy, what future players will think about and look up to, what is your takeaway? What is her legacy going to mean to you if you have to put it into words?
Oh man, I don't even know if I could put it into words, because that's how much Candace has meant to the game of basketball. She's the only player to have won Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season. One of the first females to want to win the McDonald's Slam Dunk Contest. I mean, she has done so much on so many different levels. What she did at Tennessee and her relationship with Coach Pat Summitt. There's just so many different sectors and so many different sections of Candace Parker's career that has impacted what we know as basketball now. it is without a shadow of a doubt that she's going to be a Hall of Famer. But her legacy in the WNBA is really so multifaceted that I'm not sure that one can describe just one aspect of what she meant to women's basketball and what she'll continue to mean. I mean, as we think about free agency and how she was one of the first to really make a splash under this new CBA, going to Chicago and doing exactly what she set out to do, was to win a championship. Again, continuing to leave her footprint no matter where she goes. It is so hard to really just pick one thing about Candace and her legacy, because she's meant so many things to so many people. Even the motherhood aspect, the one person who she continually shouts out and give credit to is Layla, her daughter. And that part of her, being a mom first, being a mom and a player, was always something that was important to Candace and has always been on display. So it's just so many parts of her and her legacy that will be left in the WNBA that I'm just not even sure that you can just define one thing in one aspect that she means to this game.
Yeah, and I also love that she spoke to the future players of the WNBA in college and telling them just to enjoy it, enjoy the game. Yes. Terrika Foster-Brasby joining us here on HQ as we were talking about an absolute legend, Candace Parker, calling it a career after 16 seasons in the WNBA. And just a reminder, you can watch the WNBA on CBS Sports. 20 games that are broadcasting throughout the 2024 season, including games with the Fever and Caitlin Clark. And of course, you can stream all of those on Paramount Plus as well.